In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Good day, everyone. Nestor Licanto here with another edition of In Full Zoom, and we're pleased to welcome our guests this week, Tracey and Jeff Voacolo from, as you may remember them, for a long time with Micronesia Renewable Energy. Well, MRE is now a new company, and they're here to explain why they're rebranding and the purpose and what the future promises for them. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much, Nestor. Thank you for having us.
Hi, Nestor. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Tracey. Let me start with you. Tell us a little bit about this rebranding. What is the new company and why?
Yeah, very exciting news for us. When Jeff and I came to Guam, in 2012, we started Micronesia Renewable Energy. And at that time, our goal was to start a local company with a local presence here where we could be the best solar company here on Guam that provides the best technology and the best affordable options to our customers. And through the years, it's been 9 years that we've been successful and to be able to do that. So we're looking forward to maybe reaching out and expanding the company. So we decided that we would change the name of the company in order to accommodate our expansion and our growth that we're looking forward to, in the future. So that's why we decided to call it Generation Renewable Inc. And with that, we're still going to remain here in Guam as the hub, and this will be the main office here in Guam. So taking it to the next step and expanding out further is where we would like to take the company and provide more opportunities.
So we changed the name from Micronesia to Generation Renewable to, number one, not limit ourselves to Micronesia, because we're taking the company public, and it gives us, number one, the capital resources to be able to expand out. So we're going to grow the company through organic growth here on Guam, growing the company and the outer islands, and also some acquisitions that we're looking at. So very exciting times for our company. As Tracey mentioned, Guam will always be our home. We've been here 9 years. I was here back in 1982 with the Seabees. You couldn't drag me off of Guam now. We consider ourselves, Guamanians, and we just love Guam. But we're taking the company public and changing the name from MRE to Generation Renewable. It gives us that presence now and enables us to look at acquisitions and expand into different areas now.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit about access to capital as one reason from going from a privately held to a publicly held company. Can you elaborate on your decision to take that route?
Absolutely. We originally from New Jersey, and we owned a private company there for 18 years, and we're actually purchased by a public company. So we kind of know that public company spectrum, right? Where we went private and then we were public. So, but it does, it enables now us to raise money, to expand organically, kind of drive our own future now and to do acquisitions. And it's kind of funny, since we've been here the whole 9 years, we've had so many people come up to us, not just our employees, but different people, and asked us, hey, can we be part of the company? Can we invest in MRE? And, we were flattered, but we always said, no, not at this time. So now it gives, not just our employees, but the community of Guam, the opportunity to invest in this company. And the employees are very excited because now they're not only going to work for our company, they're, they have ownership in it now. So it's really good. It's really good to see. And I think we're going to have a great future with this company.
Yeah. Can you give us some insight into where your first expansion is going to be at?
We're looking at different areas that are pretty solar friendly. Texas right now has, some opportunities. There's a lot of great solar companies out there that would be a good fit for us. And, we're looking at, Alaska, maybe down in American Samoa. So there's definitely opportunities for us, not just in the mainland US, but, even in Asia. So we're looking at a lot of different areas.
Yeah, let's talk about the solar energy in general. How would you describe the current state?
You know, I think this industry is ready to, it has been for a long time. It's ready to pop again. The COVID kind of slowed everything down, not just here in Guam, but globally in all areas. And now you see everybody starting to come back online, including the US, even though there's a minor setback now, some COVID cases rising, but everybody's coming back online. People are getting back to work. As we see global growth, oil is rising. So with oil rising again, and we're predicting $90 a barrel by year's end, we know the power rates are going back up here again, $100, over 100 this time next year. And, frankly, we might even see 100, 146 at its high, but it might even be over that in a couple of years. They're predicting 2023 to be over $150 a barrel. So I don't think there's any slowdown coming up for this industry. It's going to continue to grow. People, we need that alternate resource or alternate energy. We can't just be strapped to fossil fuel energy anymore. Everybody needs some relief, and solar energy right now, with prices coming down, a lot of money going into R&D on the battery storage technology. So now you can do solar with battery, oil's going up. So I think really it's the perfect storm for our industry.
And Nestor, in addition, you have the Biden administration is very supportive, of the industry as well, and the infrastructure packages that he is, putting forth. And hopefully we'll see some resolution to where that will be going soon. But it's all lining up very well for the industry.
In Full Zoom will continue in just a moment.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Thanks for bringing that up, Tracey. That was actually where I was headed with the next question is the Biden administration's commitment to solar, renewable energy, and this infrastructure, huge infrastructure package that they are proposing before Congress. So how can Guam, give us examples of how Guam could benefit from that if that infrastructure package does pass Congress?
Guam specifically, I really don't know the answer to that because, a lot of the federal programs are going to be out there where you can tap into some of these monies, but 50% of the monies allotted for this infrastructure package are going to be geared towards energy, right? Which is going to enable our company, really, I foresee the solar energy industry material-wise, that coming down. Panels are at a pretty good price point right now. Batteries are definitely coming down. I mean, 5 years ago compared to 3 years ago compared to now, batteries are more than 50%, I guess it's 60% cheaper than they were. So I just think it's going to enable, people to go ahead and install solar, at a lot cheaper price than you would with the utility, or if you do a direct purchase, it's definitely going to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, we talked before about the importance of storage to the equation. You had the likes of Elon Musk investing heavily into that sort of industry, the storage industry. Where are we at with that right now, especially with the residential side?
Residential, we're actually there. We're installing right now 3 different technologies that I really like. One is, of course, is the Tesla. We're a Tesla dealer. The other is LG Chem, which has an excellent residential battery. And then a new player, not a new company by any means, but a new player in the market with storage is Enphase. So we're actually carrying that product now. We're a trained dealer. Battery storage technology for residential and actually light commercial, smaller type commercial buildings, dental clinics, distribution centers, warehousing with small offices. We're there with heavy technology. And what you can install for right now to offset your energy, the price points are absolutely incredible. So I'm really happy to see where we're at right now with storage technology. I remember talking to members, in the utility business 5 years ago and saying, hey, in 5 years, this is where we're going to be. And actually, it did come to fruition. This is where we are. Mm-hmm. So yeah, battery storage technology is excellent right now.
Yeah. In the almost 10 years that since you guys started in this industry here, can you tell us how has the acceptance increased over that time period? More and more people, even the government is kind of shifting some of its assets towards solar. Talk a little bit about how it has grown in the nearly decade that you guys have operated here.
And when Tracey and I first came here in 2012, there was probably 50 or 60 net metering customers on the grid. Right now, there's probably over 3,000. So the industry has definitely grown. And I think it all comes down to education, right? Educating the public on what you can do, how much money you can save, the technology that is out there. And that's been, I think, our biggest struggle is just educating the consumer, because, right when we first came, of course, it was this strange new technology, and with any type of technology, new technology, you got to build in that trust factor with that technology where people say, oh, okay, no, that's a great technology. Let's go ahead and get that. And now you can save money. I remember when cell phones first came online, right? The technology wasn't good. People didn't want to really go there. Everybody was used to the pagers. And then, finally, when you hit that 20% market capacity, cell phones, boom, they just took off. And I think it's going to be the same way with solar. It's just a shift in technology from fossil fuel to renewable energy.
Yeah. Speaking of technology, are there any game-changing applications or advances that you see in the next few years or in short term?
I do. Batteries are getting better, kilowatt hour life and batteries. I mean, when batteries came out, even the mainstream batteries, Tesla, LG Chem, you couldn't depth of discharge, you couldn't get them down more than 40%. Now, I mean, you can fully unload these batteries. So technology is getting better. The software for batteries is getting better. We went from putting a solar panel on houses where it was just monitoring the whole array for power production. Now you can do every panel. So software is a big play right now. So better software, better systems, more power production out of these solar systems. So that's the big shift. And also not just that, but other products that are coming online that, you could save more money, and really it's a change of lifestyle. Electric vehicles, charge your electric vehicle on your solar system. Now you have free transportation when gas is $5 a gallon. So it really is going to make our life a lot better and make the world a lot cleaner. So I think we're in a good place.
Still more in full Zoom ahead. Please stay with us.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
Speaking of solar-powered vehicles, you guys would have an interest in solar-powered motorcycles? Tell us about that.
Yeah, Trace.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, we are starting a company, Sun Energy Motors, Inc. It's a a separate company from Generation Renewable. It will be selling electric motorcycles called Evoque motorcycles. We actually had a soft opening today, so you'll see some information coming out a little bit more about these bikes.
The technology is just absolutely fantastic. You know, we've had them now. We've had 3 demos in now for about 4 months. Test drove them. You know, really put them to the test. They're a fantastic vehicle. And imagine this: you have a solar system, you have battery storage, so you're covered during the storms. You're charging your motorcycle up now with your solar system, and you're commuting to and from work with free transportation. So I think that is just an incredible advancement in technology and really, you know, your lifestyle. I pull up to the gas station, you know, we're seeing it, you know, with our fuel bills on our vehicles that we have on the street for Generation Renewable. And man, I'll tell you, in the next 2 to 3 years, I want our entire fleet to be electric. I mean, the price of gas right now is just crazy. But these motorcycles are very fun to ride. There's no shifting required. They're silent. They're just a joy to ride, really. 120 miles to 1 charge, and they're just fantastic. So actually, Sun Energy Motors Incorporated will have a location to announce shortly, and we'll be selling these vehicles in
Yeah, that's fascinating. How exactly does that work? You know, I'm not a bike rider or anything like that, but so you just plug it in and that's all you need, or how does that? Can you explain more of the specifics about it?
Sure. So you charge it up from your home. I know there's no charging stations throughout the island yet, but we're going to have them actually here at our residence to try to prompt more people to go electric, right? But charge them up at your house. If you have it on a 220 volt power supply, they'll charge up in 90 minutes. So for 90 minutes of charging, you actually get 120 miles of roadway distance off of these vehicles. So if you calculate that, right, even if you charge it to the grid, not even solar energy, it's like 0.02 cents. So it's not even half a cent per mile that you're getting out of these motorcycles when a regular vehicle is 23 to 27 cents. And if you charge it, you know, with your solar system, it's free. So yeah, it's just incredible. We're looking forward to getting these bikes on the road.
Yeah, what's the price point going to be? It's comparable to the gas-powered motorcycles?
There, you know what? And that's another beautiful thing with these motorcycles. They're going to be a lot cheaper. We don't have the price points nailed down yet, correct?
Correct.
But you'll be surprised of how reasonable and priced these vehicles are.
It'll be competitive with the gas-powered?
Yeah, very,
sure.
very competitive. Very competitive. Okay. Yeah, and we were, and you know, Tracey and I were playing around with the numbers with the warranties on these bikes. If you know you keep them for the lifetime of the vehicle, you're actually going to be saving over $30,000. The way the price is gas now, over $30,000 in fuel cost. So it's just unbelievable.
Amazing savings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about service and maintenance? You won't have like pistons and stuff on the bike anymore, or will you? I don't know.
No, not at all. And we're going to, you know, just like Generation Renewable, that company is going to be a full service company. So, you know, we're going to be maintaining the bikes. We're going to have a service team. As soon as COVID is actually out of here, we already plan on sending 2 mechanics to the factory to get fully trained on taking bikes apart, putting them back together again. So we're going to be full service.
Yeah. Have you looked into, and I'm sure you probably have, you know, just in other places, how the bike riding community has accepted these? Because, you know, they have, this is different breed in certain, you know, motorcycle clubs and stuff like that. They, you know, that's a different breed. They're very serious about their machines. How has the acceptance been in other markets that have already launched the product?
This same bike down in Australia is doing extremely well. You know, it's a newer type company. It's not, you know, like Harley Davidson has the live wire out, but the price points on some of these other mainstream electric motorcycles is just really incredible. I mean, very, very highly priced. So, but Australia is doing really well. Some other areas in France and Europe, they're doing very well with these bikes. So I think you're right. You know, when the weekend Harley rider who likes to just take his bike out for, you know, that ride around the island on Saturday or Sunday, I understand that's probably not going to be our market, but I think the millennials who are really into a cleaner environment, trying to put their money into products that are going to help save this, not just Guam, but save the world globally, and who really aren't into that, into the Harley Davidsons or gas powered bikes. I think it's going to do very, very well.
Yeah. And you mentioned, just globally, what are your thoughts on this whole movement towards, renewable energy and protecting the environment on a global scale? Is it on track to eventually replace fossil fuels? And just interested in how you guys view this whole development.
I do. I remember seeing an interview with, it was one of the sheiks that was in charge of the Mideast and OPEC right at that time. And this goes back 30 years ago. And I asked him about solar energy and wind energy and renewable energy, and if it would ever have an impact on their fuel. And he just laughed and said, never. It's just a fad, and it's not here to stay. And we were doing solar energy, believe it or not, 30 years ago for school districts in New Jersey. And I thought, wow, you'll never be able to turn your back on this, because it's going to go through this energy shift. So globally, I think it is happening. More and more people, I mean, you're seeing it right now, even in the markets, right? Even in the business community, Goldman Sachs and these other big houses that are really starting to really look at the way that they invest their clients' money, and very affluent people telling their brokers, hey, I don't want to invest in oil companies. I don't want to invest in companies that harm the environment. So it is taking hold. And I think the mindset right now, especially with the millennials, right? That's a very powerful generation that's coming up now. The mindset is there. We need to take a look at this environment. We need to protect this home, because at the end of the day, this is our earth. There's nowhere to go. So we need to protect it.
We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E. GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information. In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.
What would your pitch be to millennials in particular about, why it's important?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Nestor?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just to add on to what Jeff was saying, what would be your pitch, your pitch to millennials in particular about why this is important?
Well, it's not just the millennials, it's also the youth. The youth is being raised now to be more conscious of recycling, as well as to be mindful of, littering and the climate and our ocean waters and the air that we breathe. So it's all stemming from, the youth on up, but the millennials are the key driver behind all of this. They want that freedom to know that where they live is going to be pristine in the way it is in the future. As the coral reefs, as we know, are bleaching out, the climate change with all the storms and such that are happening throughout the world, that is not normal. And with them having that conscious thought process and effort to be an advocate for a cleaner and more stable environment, that's where we're headed. So kudos to them for leading that parade, and so that we can all have that same mindset that it is important. This is the future generation for not only the youth coming through, but also the elderly, that what they're going to be faced with.
Yeah, very true. Tracey's right. It's funny because, the generation, we have, or most of our kids are millennials, and, they can really tell us a thing or two about saving the climate and what we should be doing. So yeah, kudos to them for sure.
Right.
Okay. And any other new products that you're thinking that might be useful or sellable here in the Guam market with respect to energy and renewable energy rather?
We really like where solar's going and battery storage. So we're always looking at different technologies, but we just want to be so careful that, we pilot the product first. And we did that with Enphase. And, we watched, we installed the Enphase project here, and we've been watching that for about 6 months. We're sold on it. It's a great technology. So I think the way that the industry is going right now, I think transportation is going to be a key play in what we do in charging stations. So I think that's going to be a really big push, is going to be transportation into what we do anyway. And Tracey and I are always looking for different products to that couple well with what we're doing. So it's kind of like a scene, and it makes sense, right? The motorcycles make sense, and other products that would make sense. So we're always looking on how we can save people money, and how we can, help be part of the solution to the world and not part of the problem.
Right.
Tracey, any final thoughts on Generation Renewable?
Yeah, it's very exciting for all of us. And, as we mentioned, having that global outreach, it also, and we talked about that earlier, how it gives our employees and our customers and even the local people in Guam, the opportunity to become a part of, a renewable energy company that will reach out further to the Asia Pacific and into the US. But in addition to that, it's besides it being exciting and gives them the opportunity, it also will give our employees the opportunity to expand their skill sets. With the new technology coming in and the opportunities of the company, the acquisitions and such, it will give them the opportunity to go to further their schooling and their skills and their knowledge in the solar industry, whether it's solar batteries or, electric bikes or wherever we're headed in the future with this industry. It just opens it up, for everybody to have those opportunities as well.
Yeah, and that's a great point, what Tracey just said. One thing that we're looking to do right now, and we're looking into this, is we want to bring in a certified solar energy apprenticeship program into here. So we really want to attract people to, come join our company, come into this industry, because you're going to learn a trade that you're going to be able to work in for the next 20, 30 years, or like Tracey and I, the next 60 years, right?
Yeah.
But, you're going to be able to learn that trade,
right,
and make a very decent living doing this. And also, you'll be making money while helping the world with climate change. So come on in, join the industry, join the movement. I never want to say join the revolution, but, join the movement and definitely learn a skill.
Yeah, that's very important. I think just to develop that workforce and the interest and support for the interest in the industry in that way. Great. Best of luck, Tracey and Jeff Voacolo, with their new company, Generation Renewable, and also look forward to solar powered motorcycles. That product offering is just launched as well. Best of luck, guys. Thanks for joining us this week.
Thanks for having
Nestor.
us. Much appreciated.
Right,
You take care. Thank you.
All right. Take care. I'm Nestor Licanto. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week on In Full Zoom.
In Full Zoom is presented by Calvo Enterprises, Inc. and IT&E.